All right. How's everybody doing? I'm going to bring LA on here in a second. Just making sure everything's working. All right, if you can hear me okay and see me okay, put it one in the chat or something for me. All right, we're good to go. All right, I'm going to bring LA in. I couldn't get the intro to work, so I'm going to have to work on that. Um, this program's new to me, so I'm working on it, but let me go ahead and bring LA in here. All right, LA, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay. Can you all see LA? Let's see his pretty face.
you. Beautiful face.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna go all that route. Hey, Tracy, Pigeon, everybody. Just want to make sure that everybody can see LA. All right. Jit said that you're quiet compared to my mic. Can you turn up a little bit? Oh, you're really not saying nothing yet, though, either, right?
Not yet. I'm waiting for you. I mean, it's your show. I don't take over people's shows. Is that better? Just about to get on my damn nerves. Yeah, I don't take over people's shows like you do.
Okay.
So I can wait my turn.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. We're gonna talk a little bit about PCAs today, and I'll turn my mic down a little bit. I don't want to overpower you either. I got the big mouth out of the two of us. That's for sure. Yeah, everybody's telling you to turn yours up, man.
I know what's the problem. It did what the fuck it wanted to do. Is that better now?
I've got you up all the way on my end, and you're still showing low.
Yeah, because it was coming out of the AirPods, so it should be better now.
Oh, okay. It's
Is it
still low. Can you turn it up on your mic? Yeah, because you went even more quiet as soon as you took it off the AirPods.
I don't know if there's any settings on here that you can actually turn it up. Where's the settings to turn the mic up on this program? See, the problem is these fuckers told me to turn it down yesterday.
No, that's much better now.
Okay.
Can you guys hear him now? Jit?
Can you hear me now? You saying there's no sound for me?
Yeah, I'm showing you sounds coming up. It's just not loud. They're saying it's better and good. All right. Are you using the Focusrite still?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm the one I'm using.
Okay.
I mean, I just turned it up.
Okay. Well, that's better. I can hear you better now. I've got you all the way up on my end, so um,
I have no clue.
yeah, I don't know how
Well,
that shit works. But all right.
we'll figure it out one day.
Yeah, he said, there we go. Hear us both just fine. Okay. Now, PCAs, LA, a lot of people, they haven't written one, seen one, held one in their hands. They don't know how important it is. Even search warrants, which is basically a PCA. But
Yeah,
when you arrest somebody, when you take their freedom, you got to make sure you got that probable cause. Otherwise, they'll kick it back. Now, have you ever had to amend one of your PCs?
yeah. Especially when it's off of secondhand knowledge, off of what somebody else tells you, somebody else did. That happened to me a couple times, and people don't realize with the probable cause. A lot of times, if you're going off of witness statements, that can that can sometimes backfire on you a lot. I'm pretty sure you dealt with that before when a witness told you somebody broke into his house and they seen him and they ran into another house. Because that was actually a story that happened to me before. A guy said he saw somebody break into his house and he ran into another house. And we got the search warrant together and we got into the other house. There was nothing there, nothing at all. So that
But you got assigned by a judge, though, right? So the search warrant was good. Just the information was bad.
The information was bad, but the search warrant was 100% good.
Yeah. Now people don't understand that search warrant stuff neither, man. Um, if it's not on the search warrant, you can still, if it's in plain sight and there's no expectation of privacy on it, you can snatch that up if it's got evidentiary value.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially if it's out in the public, you definitely can. So
Yeah,
a lot of people don't. But
but
what was the what were they what were they thinking was wrong with the probable cause? I mean, did you think that you had to have a certain amount, or what was the big discussion with it?
yeah, with Richard Allen's probable cause, I mean it was weak. The way they wrote it was weak. They had plenty of probable cause to execute an arrest, but there was witness statements, and some of them were conflicting and stuff like that.
Uh,
Yeah, and they had some evidence that wasn't even that they tied it to him. It was an ejected round. So they took the tool marks from a known weapon in his house and matched it up with a unspent round that they found on site. But a lot of people are confused by what probable cause is, and they don't realize when they arrested him, that probable cause goes over to the judge, whoever's running advisories. What do you call it where you're at? Advisories or first appearance?
as far as the judge that signs off on the probable cause, or the person you first take it to, because we actually take it to the DA first, and the DA signs off. So we have two steps. We take it to the DA, and the DA overlooks the warrant, and then if they approve, then we'll take it over to the judge. So we
But
have a
if
couple of different steps.
but if you do it on, we call them on view. An on view arrest is where you mind your own business. You see something happen, you arrest somebody, or if you go to a call, not a search warrant. So if you just arrest somebody, you turn in that PC, you bring them to the jail, and you turn that probable cause in the book, and they type everything in the
Mhm.
system. They send it over to the judge, to the public defender's office, all that. And that's what I'm asking you, how the process works on your side. If you just arrested somebody, you seen him doing something, what's the process with
It
that
depends.
PC?
It depends on the crime. So here it has to be a felony in order for us to do that. And because the laws are so liberal now, so before, if we saw somebody smoking weed, that will be we'll be able to lock them up and give them lock them up for that. But now these days it's just a citation, so we don't even do anything with it anymore. We just give them a citation and put that on the property receipt. So it's way different than it was in 2006 when I first got on. So it
Yeah.
depends on the crime. Domestics, like a domestic assault, you take the person right in, of course, because it's a felony. But anything with drugs is kind of a slippery slope.
Mm. Now, and I apologize, LA, because I already know you. Um,
Mhm.
and this thing's new, so I'm not thinking straight. Could you just kind of introduce yourself? Everybody in the chat's asking who you are and what you do. I just assumed
Oh,
everybody knew.
oh man, yeah. I'm actually a 17-year police veteran with the Philly Police Department. I'm on leave right now. I'm actually on my way out. One too many shootouts, so I decided to do something with my time to kind of keep my mind occupied from PTSD. So I chose YouTube, and I met Callie through it, and then Callie introduced me to Ruckus. So we have like it's kind of like one big family. So if you ever watch my content and what we do over at the porch, you'll be you'll be thoroughly entertained, to say the least.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, we can talk law enforcement stuff here and be serious to a point. I don't think LA and I can honestly be totally serious with each other all the time.
No, no, it's
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
It's
but we
bad.
when we go over to the other channels where we can cut loose, like LA has his own channel, and he has a show that he does called The Locker Room, and you really got to check your feelings in at the door. If you don't, you're in a heap of shit, man. You get tore up in there quick, quick.
Yeah, they don't care who you are. You could be a priest. We got like a 90-year-old white woman that come in there. She get with it. She get with it. She get back with everybody. They thought she was fragile for a while. I said, whoa, she get the same treatment as everybody else. They talk about kids and everybody on my show. Just don't come up there thinking you're gonna be saved, because I'm not gonna save you, because they don't save me. They talk about me, right? Because do they not talk about me on my own show?
And
I
clip.
mean,
They clip you up.
they, they clip me back. What worse than they clip everybody else up on my own fucking show? There's nothing I can do about it.
No, there's nothing you can do
I'm,
about it.
nothing I can do about it. Come back the next week stronger. Fuck them. I don't care.
Yeah, that's some funny stuff. Yeah, Jit, if you'd put LA's link in there every few minutes, man, so people can join them, you'll have a good time in there. You'll have a very good time in there. It's a blast. All right, now before I retire, man, I've been retired for a hot minute. And excuse me if
Yeah,
I
oh
keep
wait,
wiping
right?
my face. I'm out on the sun porch and I'm sweating like Jimmy Swaggart in a hotel parking lot. If
You
anybody
retired in
laughs at
08, right?
that, yeah, yeah, a
Yeah.
while ago, man. You were
When the
brand
laws
new.
changed. I was a rookie. I came in September of '06. It was my first day literally working the job on the street.
Dude, I was so glad to get out of there. Now, hindsight, my kids was a detective. Now he's a supervisor, and man, you can't get away with nothing. This camera's everywhere on your person, in your car, GPS in your car. You can't get
That,
away with nothing.
that was the worst, man. We used to be able to sneak off and do things. Now they track you.
Hmm.
I guess it's for the better though, because you used to have cops go out and do dumb stuff. I think the bad cops messed it up for a lot of people. I mean, you gotta admit that, right?
Hmm.
Because cops used to go out and beat their wives and stuff and act like they never were there. So you
No,
get what you
no,
want.
no. Police ain't gonna do stuff like. What's wrong with you, man?
Never. I guess we never did anything like that.
Yeah, we never did anything like that.
Never went to the stores to get free food.
On my day off, I
Or
get in uniform, go get a meal. Yeah,
go get a cheeseburger. Because, we upstanding citizens. Who doesn't
yeah,
do that?
yeah. That's yeah, and go see them badge bunnies. Oh,
No, I never did something like that, sir.
you're a damn liar. But when you arrest somebody on a probable cause, where I was at in the county, anyways, they go into booking, and you turn that PC over to the intake deputy,
Okay.
and the other folks is working intake is beating them up for you over in the shower area, but the intake deputies putting the stuff in the computer, for NCIC, FCIC, and all that. And
Hmm.
then a copy of that PC, your supervisor, this as a patrol deputy, your supervisor's got to look at that PC before you let anybody else look at it.
Yeah, he got to sign off on it to make sure you won't make him look like he's stupid.
Yeah. Now we actually had to meet up and him look at it with his own two eyes. We didn't have computers and putting shit in, sending things over like all that. Right at the end, when I was working in booking at the end of my career, they would be able to shoot it over to us electronically. So that stuff was brand
Mhm.
new back then. But then the booking deputy's got to make copies of it in my county and send a copy to the public defender's office, to the DA, and to whatever judge is on rotation for advisories. Because you only get so many hours. 20 for some. I'm hearing 72 hours in some cases, but with us it was 20. You got to be in advisories within 24 hours. There was none of this. You get arrested on Friday, you don't see a judge till Monday. Shit, you see him Saturday morning. Is that how it works over by you?
See, yeah, see, it's supposed to work like that. So I used to work intake for a while also, and so a person would, so in the counties, the smaller counties, you would see a judge right away. But sometimes with us, you wouldn't see a judge till 24 hours later, maybe 40 hours. So they would sit there for a while before they see a judge. So because all the judges are in rotation, like you said, so it
Mm.
depends. But in the smaller counties, you would see a judge right away. I mean, you
Mm.
would get locked up at 12:30, and you'd be out on the street at 2 o'clock p.m. Just depends.
Oh
But in the
yeah.
major cities like that,
Well, see, the thing that concerns me about that is, I guess in Indiana they got 72 hours. So you send that PC over, and 72 hours later, a judge looks at it and finds no PC. Then what? Do you know what I mean?
you wasted your damn time.
Ooh,
Yeah,
and gonna cost some money. That's gonna cost some
yeah.
money. You're gonna get sued for locking somebody up like that.
So you think, how many hours do you think is a reasonable amount of time?
To get in front of a judge, 24
Yes.
hours. 24 hours is
Okay.
reasonable. Yeah.
The, the problem is that it never happened.
Well, especially nowadays, everything's done over video, LA.
Hmm.
So, you got a judge on call, and they're there in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. You bring all the new arrestees down to the video room, and they have advisories. And the nice thing about that is the judge can address everybody. Tells everybody stand up, raise their right hand, swear them in, all that, and let everybody know that if you're here for domestic, when I tell you do not contact, that means smoke signals. Don't call your friend. Don't type them. Don't text them. It goes through all of that. And
Yeah,
so when they get up there one by one, real quick, it's bang, bang, bang. They knock them out. But he'll right there. They'll tell you whether or not they got PC or not, and they'll give
yeah.
24 hours or whatever for the arresting deputy to amend it. And if that's your day off, oh well, you're coming in to fix that PC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. If you arrest
Wow.
somebody on your Friday and the judge doesn't find PC in the morning, you got to come in your day off and fix that.
Yeah, here, you know what? I never ran into that problem, so I'm not even gonna speak on it. That would be interesting, though. That would be interesting. Do you get paid overtime, or that's on you?
No, dude, I told you they'd flex us off, man. They'd flex. There wouldn't be
Uh,
no overtime. They'd flex us off. But you know how it is. Your sergeant calls, say, "Listen, you need to get your fat ass in here and fix this PC." You go do it. You ain't gonna ask no questions.
I mean, especially if he good to you. But you know, I was thinking when you said something, you said with the domestics, they tell you don't go near the girl, but it'd be the same girl that's picking you up, picking the guy up that the judge told you don't go near,
Yeah,
literally picking you up from prison, and you just look at him like, sir, you cannot be this dumb.
yeah, yeah. You just arrest both of them. When he puts a no
And
contact clause, that goes both ways. People don't realize that.
yeah,
You know, the
it never,
girl can't be calling him, or sometimes it's the
no,
other way around. The girl gets arrested and the dude is the victim. I've seen that.
a lot of times, but the guys usually don't want to press any charges. They usually just want it to go away. And sometimes you gotta force it because you kind of make it easier on you
Mm.
because you don't want to keep going to that daggone house. I mean, you've been there 3 times. How many times I'm gonna keep going? Somebody got to go to jail.
It don't stop, man. But usually when the dude's the victim, he's already at his other girl house. That's why he got his ass beat in the first place because he had a side chick and she found
Yeah,
out. So he has other
yeah,
girl's house. You don't have to worry about them contacting each other. But
yeah.
you just arrest both of them. When these females will go to the courthouse because it's video. It's over video advisories. So they go to the courthouse and sit there in front of the judge in person while the judge is looking at their man on video and talking about he didn't mean it. He's my man. He my baby daddy's and all that. And the judge's like, no, no, no contact. Man, these females will drive straight from the from the courthouse all the way to the jail to pick their man up after the judge just told them, don't do
And
it.
never felt. But the problem is, there's no really. I hate that word accountability, but there's no accountability for him because nobody's going to. I mean, how many times have you really seen a woman get locked up for violating a PFA or restraining order?
Not very,
Yeah,
not
so
very
there's no
often.
accountability. That's the problem. There's no nothing's going to happen to them, and they know it. Just like if they lie, nothing will happen. And this is
Mm.
well known. It's like the biggest con in the world that nobody will do anything about. And I mean, I understand why you wouldn't sometimes, but it's a loophole that I don't know will ever be fixed.
I don't think it will be because emotions run high, and I know you've been there. You go, he or she will call the 911. He beat me or she beat me, trying to stab me up. Blah blah blah. You get there and you go to lock that person up, and the male or female that called is trying to beat you up for taking their man or woman.
It's the weirdest thing ever. Then you get into an argument with the person who called the cops. You're like, why am I even here?
Mm,
And and then especially if they want to make a complaint on you, that's the worst one. If they starting something and then you go there and then they jumping on you. Next thing you know, they making a complaint on you to IAB,
mm.
and you just look. Why did like I could have just stayed in my car and all this happened. Nothing would have nothing would have happened worse than this. It was just I don't miss it, man. I'm so glad I'm not on the street anymore and I'm on my way out. Because these new cops, man, I feel bad for them. I don't know
Mm.
how they're gonna do it.
But I'm like you. I hated every second of it. I didn't like any of it, man. How am I going
Yeah,
to go there and tell these people how to live their lives? How you just got to be almost robotic, and it's unfortunate. You can't really talk to these people. You go in there and say, "Look, man, who hit who?" Well, look, I got a mark on my face. All right, put your hands behind your back. You can't talk to these people.
and then they expect you to have answers to every single question known to man. Like it's amazing how many things you got to research for people.
Mm.
I don't understand. They think 911 calls are literally there for their own beck and call to do anything and everything.
Yeah,
I
just
had
to
a
get
lady.
involved. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lady call 911. I swear to you, to pick her up from a bar to take her home. I said, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Well, I'm trying to be responsible.
That's that police Uber.
Yeah, yeah, they did. I'll haul your ass to jail. How about this? People
Yeah.
are weird, man. I don't miss it, man. I'm 17 years. I'm surprised I lasted this long. Cause you did what, 20?
Uh-huh. In two
Man,
days. Man, I couldn't wait. My kid turned 18. I got the fuck up out of there, man.
yeah,
I
he
got
said he
up out of
loved
there.
it. So,
Yeah,
you're a
I
special type of person to love that job, man.
yeah.
Got his boots shined every day. Probably a uniform, nice and neat, tailored. You one of those?
No, no, man. At first I was. I'm not gonna lie. Had my shit dry clean, patent leather shoes. Them shiny core frames, all that.
The slip everywhere.
I got off of that shit. Cause slip, my God, you like on ice. You can't go on gravel, nothing, carpet. Get on that shag carpet in these trailers, man. You go across the whole trailer with that bitch pushing
After a while, you just throw your uniforms in the washing machine with everything else and call it a day. I ain't got
you.
time to be sitting here playing this game.
Dude, tear them up, tear them up. And if I didn't do anything, I had this little wooden thing that I could hang my shirt on and my pants and all that. I wear
Oh,
them shits tomorrow too.
sir, I had a 4 day. I had a 4 day max on them bitches. Best believe. Ain't them
Yeah,
bitches right up in my locker. I'm not
yeah,
playing those.
yeah. Them polyester shits, that thick polyester, you can't wrinkle them shits. If they don't
Mm-mm.
stink, wear them.
Just
That's
shake
how
them
I
out a
used
little.
to.
Just shake them out a little bit. Put them right back. Ain't got time for this shit. Because 9 times out of 10, you're gonna go and get them dirty again.
Yeah,
Right the next day. If I don't have any marks on there, you can get away with it.
yeah, because you're just gonna get it tore up anyway, so it
Yeah.
don't matter. As long as you look decent. I mean, some dudes they can have brand new press shit on it, and they look like 10 pounds of shit stuffed in a 5 pound bag. They just look
Mhm.
bad. It don't matter.
They walked up. They walk around with their chest poked out. You say, "You look at you, you fucking asshole."
Yeah, stupid.
Yeah, stupid.
Yeah.
Stop it. They be like, "Stop." They go
Now,
to the scene, make everything worse, looking like dumbasses because they don't know what the hell they doing. Idiots.
now this the main problem that people have with this particular PC, and I'll send it to you. I mean, we're doing this off the cuff. You and I haven't even discussed this. We're just talking about probable cause in general.
Yeah,
But
you can tell me.
they had almost 6 years to arrest this dude, and when they finally did, the probable cause affidavit just didn't look that good. There's plenty there. If you read it, you'll say, "Oh yeah, man, he had to go." But people are just eating it up. They're tearing it up, picking it to pieces. But these are people who have never even had a PC in their hand. They've never written one. They've never amended one. They've never looked over one. They're just picking it apart, and they just don't understand the whole process of it. You just need enough probable cause to take his freedom from him, And this
Yeah,
is this
yeah.
is a case where two little girls got murdered. They're 12 and 13 years old, or 13 and 14. One.
So I guess my main question is: are they upset because they think the probable cause wasn't strong enough to at least hold him for trial, or they thinking that he's going to just when he actually goes to trial, he's going to be able to dispute everything in the probable cause and they throw the case out? I'm curious. Which one
Well,
is it?
well, he got arrested at the end of October, and
Okay.
he's got a defense team. Now, if there was a problem with the probable cause, he would have been out, or it would have been amended by now.
Oh yeah, he already went to his preliminary already and everything, right? He had to. If it's
Yeah, yeah, he pled not guilty. Yeah. Now he
oh
he
what?
didn't he didn't sign his waiver of a speedy trial yet either. But they have
Uh,
now the charge that he has is a zero bond, right? By the charge, it's a zero bond. So in Indiana, they can have a bond hearing. Well, in a bond hearing, the state has to give a preponderance of the evidence. So they're
yeah,
lawyering, they're posturing, they want to see what the state's got. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
so they haven't even had that. And so that's coming up in a little bit. But there's a whole bunch involved. I'll sit down and talk with you one day and get you caught up on it. It's a good case. It's a good case. There's a lot involved. There's a lot of snitching going on. If I just show you what's happening, you'd be, oh yeah, he's rolling or he's a CI. But some people don't want to believe it. You know,
How many people are actually involved in the case as far as the defense was?
we don't know yet. Now this is that case I was telling you about where they had this cat on video. The victim
Oh yeah,
videoed him. Yeah, it got him on video and talking. But people like, no, that's not him. Yeah, yeah, it
okay.
cracks me up. It cracks me up.
So people want him not to be guilty, and I'm guessing some half and half people want him to be guilty, and the other half don't. Or I mean,
Well,
what's the
you know,
deal?
until it actually happens, we don't know. We don't know enough. The cops, law enforcement's really keeping it close to the vest, which they should. You
Yeah,
know,
if it's two little girls that were murdered on this one, they should killed on this one. They better.
And you know, crazy fuckers will come confess like they did it.
Oh gosh, my goodness!
Yeah,
As soon as they release a piece of information, a person gonna come and why do I don't think people realize how many people come and actually confess the crimes they didn't commit. It happens so much. It would fuck up a whole case. That's why people don't realize that. That's why a lot of police departments release barely any information on the case, because if you release too much, you'll have people confess. You'll have nut jobs calling on the phone want to confess, and then you'll go pick them up. Uh, your homicide will go pick them up, and then they'll take them into the room and they'll talk to them. And next, they start talking about aliens coming from outer space, and you done wasted your damn time on this nut job when you
yeah.
can actually work in a case. It's weird, man. It's the
A-
weirdest thing ever.
And that's why they hold it back, because as a detective, he can say, okay, you did it? Yeah. Well, tell me about the crime scene.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, there was a washer and dryer. Bye. Get out of my office.
Yeah, people like attention. I mean, Ruckus, some people just love attention, man.
Oh,
They
yeah.
love attention.
Yeah.
I definitely need to study up on this case. I remember you was telling me about it, and it definitely seems interesting. That was the two girls that were, I guess they were in the park, or they were,
Yeah,
she
they
was
were
in a,
they were at a trail. They were at a
yeah,
trail in a small town called Delphi, Indiana. It's an intriguing case because it's been going on for so long, and there's been a lot of people that have been involved with the case as far as like web sleuths, and stuff like that. But nobody had this one guy, Richard Allen, who was arrested in October. Nobody had him on their radar. And there was a whole bunch of people saying who they know what happened and this got leaked and that got leaked. But of course, they all immediately default to Le's corrupt and stupid. you know, quick.
yeah. The mother just dropped the two kids off on a trail just to let them ride, or I mean, just to
Yeah,
let them go.
the sister did.
So the
Yeah,
sister did.
yeah. So the timeline's jacked up. Um, there's a lot wrong with it, LA. I'm not going to say there's not a problem with this whole process. There is, but it's just for it to be corruption. This would have to be huge if cops were covering this up. Did they make mistakes? Yes, yes,
That's
but
happens a lot.
yeah, that happens all the time. And are they trying to cover their ass so they don't look stupid? Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. But that doesn't mean they're corrupt. That just means they made a mistake. They called the dogs off that night. They could have found them girls. Nobody knows. We don't know the time of death, cause of death, mode of death, method
Wait a
of
minute,
death.
what?
We don't know any of that. They're
How is that
not
even possible?
releasing it. They're not
Oh, okay.
releasing it.
They don't know. They know though.
Yeah,
Well, when
LE
the court
knows.
trial come out, that'll definitely a court case happens. When is the trial date set for?
He's got the bond hearing is coming up. So there's no trial set yet. There's a bond hearing, but there's other players involved, and I'm going to have to. Um, and I don't want to taint you. I don't want to give you my opinion too much. So I'll kind of
Yeah, yeah,
steer you where you can look at it and have your own opinion. Because, like I said, we really haven't discussed this. So this is kind of like off the cuff, just you and I bullshitting. But
yeah. Mel always talk about it, and I was just curious. You know me. When I'm not, I don't like to think about this a lot, but I'm always curious about these kind of cases because I had a few of them here that cops definitely messed up just because of laziness.
mm,
Sometimes it's pure laziness. I don't even know if I should tell the story. One time we had a shooting, and I wasn't there, thank goodness. But you ever had a guy you were working with, and you just look at him sometimes like, how are you this dumb? And
mm,
how did you become a cop?
How are you
So
still employed?
yeah, he was sitting on the crime scene. So it was my job before, and I was getting relieved, and I had to go to the detectives and everything else. It was a shooting, and it was a gun that was on the other side, not too far away from the crime scene. So it was a passer. It was a passerby. You know what we call a just person, just I guess passing by. We call that had nothing to do with the job or the case. And it was a cop sitting inside the patrol car, and I guess he was reading a book or whatever dumb crap he was doing. The person brought the gun to him. He was like, "Yo, we found this over here." The cop said, "Oh, just take the gun to the police district, and we'll put it on a property receipt for you." Yeah, yeah. How dumb can you be?
You
How
can't get
dumb
more
can
dumb
you
than that.
be? Can't be dumber than that, man. The
Hmm.
supervisor, when the person brought the gun to the district, I heard about it the next day. And me and the supervisor were really close, and he worked overnight. When I tell you, he yelled at this dude for about 2 days straight. I mean, he got written up and everything. Like it was a part of the case, and you told the guy just take it to the district. I mean, how crazy can you be? I mean, that's the kind of dumb stuff that some cops do. So I can imagine what kind of things happen in this case that nobody ever even thought about.
Hmm. Oh, dude, Ellie, there's so much digital forensics in this. It's crazy. It's crazy. And once you research it a little bit, you'll see. Like I said, I already have an opinion, and I don't want to taint yours, you know. But to me, what law enforcement is doing makes sense, anyways, to me,
Yeah.
and it doesn't to a lot of people. A lot of people, dude, they're calling the DA names, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and
So I just got a question for you then. So this happened what 2015, I believe you said, or something like that.
17.
2017.
Yeah.
So this person of interest just popped up not too long ago. I'm guessing the
Hmm.
Richard.
Hmm.
Why would he stick around for that long then? I mean, what did they find him in Indiana, or did they find him somewhere else?
Dude, he was local. He lived in the town. He worked at CVS. Local dude. Dude, they got pictures of him in the bar with the sketch right behind him of the man they're looking for. They had police
Why?
sketch.
Why do you think he stuck around then? Is he that much of a moron?
Well, see, this is why people are saying maybe he didn't do it. Do you follow me? So I can see their train of thought. I can see that. But what I lean
Yeah.
towards is the police arrested him. They're pretty confident it was him, and he's still in jail. So,
And
it seems that they're right.
and we always talk about how criminals. I think we said it the other day. How criminals are dumb. We talk about
Stupid.
it all the time. They are so stupid. But on the other hand, I don't know why he would stick around. I mean, I guess I'm just talking out the both sides of my neck right now. And I wouldn't stick around. I don't know about you. If I think I got away with something, I'm not going to be in a town. I could work at another CVS in another state somewhere. This seems pretty idiotic, even for a criminal.
Dude, this thing, and like I said, we don't know. Law enforcement knows. Um, there was a catfishing incident involved with this, where they actually talked to one of the girls that morning, told them to meet him at the
Oh,
bridge, all that. So,
man, that's a bad thing, man. I'm catfish. Do y'all have the cybercrime unit when you left? Did you
hmm
was that even a
hmm
thing?
yeah, it was brand new, but yeah, we had that.
Yeah, I mean, thank God for that, man, because a lot of these old perverts they prey on those young girls because of that, making the girls think they're a young dude and they went to go meet him. Imagine how many cases went unsolved before that we didn't know about
Mm.
because of stuff like that, man. So I can see that.
Yeah, digital forensics has come a long way too. I mean, you think
It
you
did.
can get away with something? Nope. They can tell right where you at. Ping your phone, do a cell dump. Did you guys do cell dumps? Have you ever dealt with that?
Yeah, we actually had a unit because in Philly we have a larger police department, so a lot of times patrol like myself, we just only had to patrol the streets and make arrests. But what I did was any classes I could take, I took, and I also went to different things. Like I learned the body cam um, to deal with that, so I was doing a body cam tech. I would do because I hated just sitting around. So I also did lockup. Like I said, I was doing sales. So I did a little bit of everything. I mean, I did plain clothes unit work. So I couldn't just do one thing because I thought at that time I wanted my resume pretty good. So maybe when I retire, I can go into a private field. But after a while, I said no. Once I'm done wearing this uniform, I don't ever want to pick up a pair of handcuffs again in my life.
Yeah, it's a rough job, man. A lot of people don't understand. It's a tough job, but listen, man, nobody recruited us. Nobody we weren't drafted. We did it on our own will. But I did it because they were hiring. I had two little babies I had to feed, and they
Yeah,
were hiring. Yeah.
I had a daily job before that, and this job was paying more. So I said, why not?
Mm,
I'm with you. It wasn't
yeah.
something I was looking
But dude, and by the time you blink, it's 10 years.
for
So then you say,
100%.
yeah. So you say, well, I might as well stay. And then around 17 years, you're like, damn, I should have left at 10 when
10
I
years.
got vested.
Everybody always say that. Don't they always say, I'm going to leave in 10 years? I'm going to leave in
Mm,
10 years. In 10 years, I was the same dumbass. Oh, yeah, in 10 years, I'm going.
yeah.
Year 12, I'm like, hey, why am I still here? Like, that thing 2 years overdue. But you get sucked in. You get sucked in, man.
Yeah, before you know, it's like, man, wasn't it just Christmas yesterday? It's already Christmas again. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I've been out
that's
of work for a year. I've been out of work for a year now, and it doesn't even feel like it.
it
Last March
really
was my
makes you really opens your eyes to what human beings are capable of doing to other human beings. So it certainly does. It's crazy as hell.
yeah. People don't realize how bad it is. I guess that's good. I don't. I guess that's what they pay us for, right? To deal with the things that they don't want to see. Because a lot of people have their blinders on, and they
Mm,
don't want to see the things that we see. I mean, they can read about it, they can talk about it, but until you see a crime scene with your own eyes, it's probably nothing like it. Especially a horrific crime scene. I mean, it changes you. It changes you for life because you thinking, how can one human do this to another human being?
mm. And a picture and a
Terrible.
video doesn't do it justice, man. Until you get there,
Mm-mm.
you see the atmosphere, the smells. Oh, it never leaves
Especially,
you, man. That smell never leaves you.
especially if they've been there for a while. Oh God,
Dude, I
like
could
that
tell if
body
there was
been there for
a
a while.
body around for 100 feet. you
Yeah,
know,
it's
quick.
so bad. Man. Did
Yeah,
you
it's
used to
nasty.
do when it was decomposing? Did you used to put what's the name underneath Vicks Vapor Rub underneath your
That's all
nose?
we had. We didn't have masks and all that shit.
Yeah,
We
and
put Vicks under
Vicks
there.
and then a lot of times you forget it was there, and you still walking around sniffing. What the
Yeah,
fuck is that daggone smell? You still got the Vicks Vapor Rub underneath your nose, you moron. That's the problem. Then you rub your eyes with it. Then you freaking start crying with your damn eyes. God darn it,
dude,
stupid.
this is not a funny subject by any stretch, but you know me. Everything's funny to me. Nothing's taboo. You ever had one of them big old metal looking flies land on
Oh
your
my.
mouth?
Hmm. Holy smokes! Holy smokes!
And they go straight for your mouth, too, and you know it was on that body.
Goddamn hell, man. I don't think. See, this conversation get inappropriate real fast. People don't realize the sense of humor we have, man.
Dude, I had one
Uh,
cat. He got one landed on his mouth, and he threw up. I said, "God damn, what you eat?" He said, "Cornbread and Kool Aid."
oh my god. Uh,
And it's not a
we
laughing matter. It's not, but that's just me. People know me already. They know how I
we
am.
had Jesus Christ. We had a job, and that person died, and I guess their animal died not too long after them. And I guess we ain't found them quick enough, so the animal was dead over there. So these dumbasses drew a chalk outline around the body, and then drew a chalk outline around the animal. I'm sitting there like, you walk in this house, you just walk in this house, and all you see is a chalk outline around a goddamn cat.
Dude,
I just
that's some.
walked out.
But that's
Just
you get that sick sense of humor, man. You get so desensitized that none of that shit bothers you. It's all funny. It's all
yeah.
to each other. Now, you wouldn't act like that if a family member was around or anything like that. You wouldn't
Mm-mm.
act a fool like that. But around other police and CSI and all that, everybody's like, you see it so much.
And it seemed like fat people always die on the third floor.
And
Like it
bloat.
seemed like, yeah, they never die on the first floor, man. When it's easier to get them out there, they always got to die on the damn third floor when you got to walk down all these steps, and you just think in your head, Lord, why? Like, why couldn't? And they always die on the toilet.
Mm.
That's another thing they're habit of doing. You never seen anything till you see a dead fat person on the toilet.
Yeah,
That'll change your whole life.
dude, it was a big old fat dude that died at a party, and people just stayed partying all around this dude. They carried him out. They didn't even stop partying, man. It's like, man, it's a damn shame. What's wrong with these people, man?
Yeah, they gonna
Yeah.
stop my.
Dude,
Holy
these are
shit.
rednecks. We talk about rednecks. They don't care about none of that. And
Yeah, rednecks and people from the ghetto, the same fucking crap of people, man.
and dude,
Just
all,
treat them.
all them trailers are high up in the air because it's a trailer, and they got raggedy steps on them, trying to get the gurney down there with a dead body on it, all top heavy and shit. And they send the two little skinniest kids to come get that body from the morgue. It's
And you trying to
crazy as hell.
pretend and you want to pretend that you care about this daggone person that you carrying out. So you trying to be respectful, but the whole time, if you
Yeah.
know anybody wasn't around, you'll just be throwing that damn body down the steps. I ain't
Yeah.
got time for this. I got to go home. I'm
Uh,
tired. I've been doing this shift all day. I got to get up out of here. You got to
yeah.
go.
And dude, there's
People don't
people that are gonna think we're assholes because of these comments, but they just don't know. They don't know.
let you do a 12-hour shift in 90-degree weather, and this is your last thing you got to do before you get home. And you tired, you ain't eat all day, you're freaking stinking, you sweaty, that vest is killing you, that damn sweat just dripping down, and you can't get nothing to wipe it down off your chest. People don't understand, man. It's just a long day, and all you
Mm.
could do is just go home and crash. You ever just had them days where you don't do anything, but just as soon as you hit the door, you just crash because you beat.
For
You've been
12
chasing
hours.
straight.
Mm.
And don't let it. And it seems like everybody always die at 11 and a half hours. Like that's when somebody want to do the damn crime.
Mm.
Oh, the whole day would be nice, but that damn 11 never
And
fails. You hear
did you take
gunshots.
your marked unit home?
No, see that was interesting because in Philly we supposedly have 6,000 cops, but no, we just switch cars, but we all have keys to the car. What we all did was just make copies of it, and half of the time we would lose them. So it's probably a million cop car keys running around the city. Nobody knows. Because every key goes to every car, so they're interchangeable. But
Oh,
I
okay.
wish I'm glad I didn't, because I've seen a lot of captains and above have take home cars, and they always messed up. They always was going somewhere they had no business going, and getting in trouble over it. I'm glad I ain't had those problems.
We had take home cars. But the bad thing about that, man, if you see something happen on your way home, you're off duty. And you see something happen and you don't stop and somebody sees you and writes down your patrol car number, hey, you get jacked up. You ride around looking out the window sideways. If there's a wreck over to the left, you looking out the right side, all that. You be there all day just directing traffic.
So are you still in your uniform, or you in plain
Yeah, you're
clothes?
on the way home, man. You get a take home car. You get in uniform at your house. You're on duty second you leave your house.
So do you have to wear the uniform even when you leaving home with leaving the job with a take home car? You still have
Hmm.
to wear the uniform.
Yeah, you just go straight from patrol, right? Straight to the house. Yeah,
That is
it's kind of
crazy.
it's kind of nice, man. It's kind of nice. I mean, that's like getting a raise because you get a gas card. You fill up the car at the sheriff's office, and it's got dye in it because some of these cats would fill up 5 gallon jugs and put it in their POV, take it home, put it in their wife's car. Well, they had dye in it where they could put a light on it and see on your engine if you're using the sheriff's
Oh
office
wow.
gas. Yeah, dude, people are
Yeah.
crabby. You know that. Police will steal too.
Oh, they no, we still worse than anybody. But what we did was they would have like a sensor. So every car would have patrol car would have a sensor on it, and we would have our own private pumps. And the only way you can be able to get it out is if the sensor matches up with that pump.
Okay.
So every other district kind of have a gas. So we couldn't be able to steal it. But before, I know cops do. I mean, cops just take anything free, anything they think is free.
Mm,
They gonna just grab it. It's just the weirdest thing ever.
mm. Dude, I'm not even watching chat. It looks like it's going buck wild. We got Callie in there trying to round people up, I bet.
He trying to be jigaboo wrangler. That's what's the name? It's
There's no boxing ass. Got his ass whipped by a vacuum cleaner.
You had to see that shit yesterday. Hey,
That
where
was
my?
funny.
I don't see
That,
my blue wrench, sir. Everybody. Oh, there you go.
yeah, you
I'm a
got a
Tom
wrench.
Valley, yes, sir.
Yeah, dude, I give you a wrench right straight off the rip, man. You my police buddy. We gotta stick together. We popos.
No, sir. We argue more than we stick together. Cut that out.
Yeah, we do argue, but it's fun. We have a good time.
I don't see Prof anywhere. I think Prof might still be upset.
He got a different name. I'll tell you what his different name is afterward. He got like 4 or 5 names.
He's
Y-
stalking you.
Yeah,
He's stalking you at a different name.
yeah.
How you
That's
thought he had different names?
dude. Don't worry
Before,
about it. See, now you're trying to find something out. Don't worry about how I do shit.
I mean, I'm just trying to make sure you're all right, sir. I mean,
No, I ain't all right. Let me help you out with that. I ain't all right. I'm creepy. I creepy,
watch
man.
out, man. You know he's looking. Look, Mama in your chat. Hey, Mama.
You can't
Mama
even
over
put
here.
me in timeout. You put me in timeout, I come straight out. I got
Yeah,
figured out. Oh, we got somebody
Mama,
doxing somebody in chat. Don't
Mama
be
over here.
don't be doxing.
Who the heck doxing who?
I don't know. Somebody just put somebody doxing. I don't like
My
following chat. I don't. I really don't even read the chat. You know.
you read it in my channel.
When what?
You read it over there when you're on my show. You read the chat.
Yeah, because I don't have to keep the conversation going. I'm not. You know. I'm here for
Yeah,
you, LA. I'm
yeah.
here to take care of you, not
Uh,
people in chat. You know what I mean?
yeah, sir. You need to stop it. You need to
Yeah.
cut that out.
He
It is
just
different. It is different when you're trying to hold a conversation. Because usually I don't read the chat either. I wouldn't have known all the fuckery that was going on yesterday if y'all didn't tell me. Because I was completely obliterated to it. I fucked that word up, but don't worry about it. We edit that out. We edit that part out. We won't get that.
I don't edit. I go live and that's it. Just running up the
No, we
flagpole.
won't edit that part out. You won't have me looking stupid.
But that was the whole purpose of this. Before we got sidetracked, was to talk about probable cause affidavits and kind of explain to people how they work. You just need enough to arrest him, not to
That's
not
it.
to take him to court, just enough to
Just
get
to
him.
hold them. Just to hold them. And why are why are they so hung up on it though? Do they think because the probable cause was so low that they think he's just going to be released next week or something?
I guess this just a lot of opinions, and I have one as well. So I listen to everybody's opinion. I don't mind that at all. But the people who just default to law enforcement stupid or they're corrupt and all that just cracks me up. That's so not the case. 99.99% of the time.
Did you ever ask those people what would be the benefit of law enforcement wanting to let him go?
No, 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 because I've seen what happens when you do that. They'll spam you. You get spammed. They blow up your email, blow up your chat. You're stupid.
Oh, but they
Oh,
never answer the question, right?
yeah, they just call me a cop. You're a cop lover. That's what your problem is. You're a pro LE and all of that. When I'm definitely not. I hated it. I hated that job. But I've been around enough of them where there's some really smart dudes, man, that do the work. When you write that PC, you turn that shits over. You're done with it unless they call you as a witness. But that goes to a detective if it's anything
Yeah,
that needs to be investigated. So
yeah.
you're out of it. Well, in this case, the detective is the one who wrote the PC. And since it took almost 6 years, he's stupid. And the original prosecutor, stepped down, right? And then told everybody, went on TV, told everybody, man, it's a jacked up crime scene. I ain't never seen no shit like this. Starts talking about
What?
the case. Yeah,
That is
yeah.
so improper. But I want people to think about it like this. Now I don't want to get spammed. But if you think about it, so say it took 6 years, whatever. But if a lot of times if they still have eyes on this guy, there's really no need to rush because the evidence is not going anywhere. And if you still and this guy's around, he's still walking around the town like everything is good. I'm pretty sure they kept tabs on him for that amount of time. So if they wanted to take their time to make sure it got done correctly, I really can't see a problem with it because in the end, he still got held. You know, he still
Hmm.
got held. So I don't. I mean, people wanted it done quickly. So a lot of times when you rush to do things, you mess the cases up. I know you've seen that before with a lot of DAs. They rush to do a case, and next you know it's completely jacked up, and you just sitting there looking crazy. So y'all got to think about it. Okay, if it took 6 years to do it, yeah, that seemed like it was a long time, but it's no statute of limitations on killings. There's none. There's no statute of limitations on murder. So you can honestly take your time to do it right. It sucks. The family wants justice really quickly, but do you want it done right or do you want it done quickly? You can't really tell people that Ruckus because they'll get upset at you. Oh, with this, but you got to let them know.
Mm.
it's not honestly about you. It's about the process.
Yeah, it's hard. I try and stay. I have my opinion, but I try and stay neutral, open minded, and be a critical thinker. I can change my mind. If you come at me
Oh
with
yeah.
something, I'll change my mind. I'm not one of these "is my way or the highway" people. Even though I come off like that, I'm abrasive at best. But
Hmm.
I can change my mind. I try not to piss anybody off. That's not my goal. But if they get mad with me being me, I don't know what to tell you.
And the
You
good
know?
thing about we have nothing to gain by actually having a closed mind because we're not working the case, to be honest with you. So
Hmm.
you would kind of think that we will be people will kind of listen to especially what you have to say because you have nothing to gain or lose by speaking what you think. You know, like you don't know any these cops in Indiana. You don't
I
know
don't
any
have a
of them.
dog in the fight.
Yeah, so you that's probably the most impartial you can ever be,
But
and
people
people
get
still
mad. They
go,
just find out you're XLE. Already they don't like you. It's silly. It is. It's silly. There's a
it's
lot of
silly.
people that don't like me just because I'm XLE and because I say, well, LE's doing what they're supposed to do, keeping it, close to the vest, not telling it. See, these people are under the impression that law enforcement has to tell them everything that's going on with an active investigation. They have to tell them everything they have. They have to release it to the public, Freedom of Information Act, and all that. That's just not the
No,
case.
no, that's way after everything is done. You don't get the why would they give you all their evidence? Like why? What would that do for the case if they give the public all the evidence? Like the two parties that need is the defense and the prosecution. Nobody else gets that evidence. I mean, w- maybe people need to research the Freedom Act. That's another act that's
It's
it's
crazy,
probably
isn't
need yeah,
it? Yeah.
they
Yeah.
probably need to look at because it kind of sways the public a lot with these decisions. How do you feel about not to get off topic, but how do you feel about when they release these body cam videos like the next day? You think that's a good thing?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's you have to have time to find out who all the players are and what's involved because even you can't believe everything you see on a body cam video. You don't get a 360 view. You're not
No.
there. Yeah. So it's
A
crazy.
lot of body cams are on your chest. And what if your body cam is that way, but your eyes are this way, and you see
Right.
something going that way?
That's what I'm
And people
talking
don't
about.
understand. It's all over the place, man.
And you've been in a shootout. So you
It's
know.
so
Yeah, so man, when they have body cam of police shootouts and shootings and all that, people start tearing it apart and saying that you were wrong, you shouldn't have done it. But they don't know. They weren't there. They don't know what you know. They don't see what you see. I mean, when you cut your body camera on, they didn't have them when I was there. When you hit to cut it on, it goes back 30 seconds, doesn't it?
for us, it's 1 minute. So you have a
What?
1 minute delay. So it stays running, but once you turn it on, it cuts on 1 minute prior to what you hit the button. But
Mm.
it won't be any sound. So you have 1 minute of dead air.
Now they have now. I would imagine that would help you with PC, that body
Oh, it does all the
cam.
time. Yeah, it
Yeah.
does all the unless you're stupid. And a lot of cops. I told you stories about a lot of cops did dumb things while they had the body cam on, and all I do is just say, man, listen, I seen what I seen, and you got some trouble coming. So,
Mm. Yeah,
but it
yeah.
helps.
Well, that's especially you. I mean, you looked at a lot of body cam footage in the
Oh
job that
my
you had for a
gosh,
minute. Yeah.
yeah, you can't check. My goodness, look, yeah, I don't. Man, I'm so glad I ain't got to do that anymore because imagine looking for body cam footage of three, four, 500 people, and you
Mm.
doing that for 8 to 12 hours a day, down in a damn dark basement in a dungeon, and you got to sort through this nonsense, and everybody calling you. How did it look? Listen, did you think you did something wrong? Well,
Mm.
that's how it, you know.
Yeah,
And then you got to
exactly.
send it to internal affairs, and then you got to send it to the detectives and the lawyers calling you. I'm still getting emails from people because I was actually really good at it. I knew what to do before they told me. So I went on a limb and did a lot of extra things. So I still get emails from people asking me, can I send them this video? I'm like, listen, I'm about to leave the job. I'm not there anymore. I'm on the books, but I'm not there. I'm not there, so I don't know what to tell you.
Well, you've seen so many of them too. I mean, they could lean on you to, hey, was I right or wrong on this? Look, man, you was right or
I,
you was wrong, and
I
they
don't give
know
many.
already.
Come on, yeah, you know Ruckus. They do. They
Mm,
just want to. They want some confirmation to make them seem like So you know you fucked up. Why do we have to have this conversation? You
yeah,
know you did stupid. You know.
they want you
And
to
then they want.
validate their actions.
Yeah, I mean, if they want me to make them feel better, I tell them what they want to hear. Oh, you did a great job. But once again, I tell them I ain't got a dog on a fight,
Yeah.
so you can get something from me. I mean, you'll be done.
Now, see, look, I ain't no crab. Look, Grizz got a wrench right from rip. When I can't go
He
on
feels
his channel without getting timed out. I can't go on his channel 1 minute without getting timed out.
Grizz, he really feels some type of way about this thing. Can you please get his man a wrench? He
He
says he
already
doesn't
did.
care. But you keep talking about it. He cares.
He already did. He already did.
I'm gonna tell you how racism exists. Man, you're an old white man, but you pull it in yourself so people want to hear me talk. But you do pretty good with the numbers, sir.
Yeah, don't worry.
Congratulations.
Yeah, don't worry about what I'm doing. You worry about your own self. Don't worry about what I'm doing.
Yeah, you put a good put the numbers in. Give it to you.
But just go down. I want to wind this down. I don't like going too long. But just to when you get somebody arrested, when you arrest somebody and you do a probable cause affidavit, you turn all that shit over. They can still
Mhm.
be found innocent in court.
100%.
Right. So people need to understand that this probable cause is not saying he's guilty. It's not saying that he did it. It's saying that there's enough evidence there to hold this man so that they can figure it out.
I mean, look at uh, case point OJ. I don't
Mm,
understand why people. Yeah, like it happens a lot. Just because you have probable cause for something doesn't mean the person is 100% guilty. So I don't want people to invest their heart and soul into a case thinking they know it 100%. Because I told everybody before, nothing is black and white. Everything is gray. So
hmm.
when you and the law is supposed to be blind for a reason. So because I mean it's supposed to be impartial. So I don't want people going out and staking their life on this case and saying this person is guilty or innocent when honestly you don't know. All you
Mm.
got to do is just hope for the facts of the case, and the facts of the case should tell you if the person is guilty or innocent. But even Ruckus, sometimes the facts of the case ain't really the facts. Sometimes the facts don't really make sense.
Well, I tell people all the time, unfortunately, right now, it's been turned over. Facts don't matter. And I use the
Mm,
OJ case, the Casey Anthony case. Now it's all about smoke and mirrors and how
mm.
well and theatrics and sleight of
Oh,
hand
yeah.
and how well the attorneys present the case, you know. And everybody's talking about this prosecutor calling him, Slick Nick, and he's a liar and all. I said, well, perfect. That's just what you want in a prosecutor if he's slick and he's a liar. He's got to be able to keep up with them defense attorney, them nasty dudes.
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
old prosecutor is just talking trash about everybody.
mm. Yeah, he leaves office and then tells everybody about the crime scene. And can you imagine?
I don't know how he's not arrested like at
Me
this
either.
bar.
He's not even
Like,
practicing law anymore. He got out of that.
oh, okay. He like forget this whole thing. Well,
Yeah.
live your life, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
doesn't seem to be a bad guy. I don't have a problem with him. I just didn't like the way he left and then starts talking about the crime scene that they're trying to keep secret. They don't want to tell anybody about the crime scene. And he just starts, man, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen, you know. And it was non secular overtones and all. He's just saying too much, man. He's just look, you don't want to do this shit no more. Shut your damn mouth, you know.
I just want attention. I definitely will go over the case. You can email me whatever you got. I'll definitely look it up. I
Yeah,
just
I don't want to influence you though. I kind of Callie can give you a lot on this too. Callie's pretty hip
yeah.
to it. But there's a
I'm
I'll turn you on to some channels so you can check them out and look at them. There's some really really good creators out there that are doing a great job with this case. But I don't want to just get hung up on the Delphi case. I like to do other things. I like doing things like this, explaining what we've been through and what's going on with it. And,
Yeah. The
and
cases I talk about in the morning time are pretty interesting too, because I try to come with a new one and give people information. I got another one coming on Monday with these two female sheriffs in Georgia. I told you about it. Oh, Georgia.
mm, mm,
Yeah. So Steve, I can't wait to hear what he say on it. He's gonna be disappointed in his Georgia boys.
that's in his backyard.
Yeah, they acting a fool over there in Georgia. Yeah.
Yeah. But all right, guys, it's been an hour. I know the ass can only absorb, the mind can only absorb what the ass can endure. That's what I meant to say. But LA, I
Yeah.
appreciate you hanging out with me, man. I haven't got this intro and outro shit figured out yet, so um, I'm gonna have to work on that. But this program, I think it's pretty neat the way this interview layout is.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Mine is my intro outro together, so I got that on you.
yeah, your shit's raggedy though. Who made yours, man? Grizz made mine. Your shit raggedy.
Grizz made mine. Actually, mine is better than yours, to be honest. And mine works.
Yeah, yours work. Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't have to lose my bye to everybody. I can just
yeah,
hit a button and actually, have good beats. If you
yeah.
want, I'll play my outro for you right now, so you can feel like you got one.
No, no, you stupid. I don't want none of that shit. And do I look like a? You think I want some rap shit on my channel, man? What's wrong with
Uh,
you? What's wrong with you?
uh,
You just talk about how I'm an old white dude, man. You want to put some rap shit on myself.
uh,
But everybody, listen. Whoever was arguing in chat, hope you had a good time. I hope nobody got kicked. I haven't really been following up with it because I got this new program, so I'm trying to work with it. But LA, I appreciate it, man. I'll see you tonight at Kai's birthday party.
Perfect dash. Yeah, we're gonna get it drunk, and this won't be the talk, y'all. It would be more raw, raw, uncut. So don't go there thinking you're gonna get this.
Yeah,
Steve loves it, and he's an old white man from Georgia, so he don't like black folks. So Steve loves it. So
he's talking about True Crime Web, Steve.
yeah, he comes
So
over there, he enjoys it. So
yeah,
it's everybody on my show. I don't want people to think it's just one thing. We literally, I don't know what to fucking call it. It's just an interweb of crazy people.
it's
I
fun.
love it.
It's a
Yeah, I
good
love it.
time,
All
man.
right.
All right,
Thanks for
guys.
having me.
Everybody have a good day, and I'll text you in a little bit, LA.
I
We'll catch up.
All right.
All
See
right, man.
everybody.
Y'all be good. All right, I got this new program, Ecamm, so I'm working on it. I'll get it locked up. I'll see if I can get the intro and outro working. But listen, don't take any wood nickels. Um, thanks for coming and checking me out today. Try to keep it as short as possible, short and sweet. But have a good day. Have a good weekend.